What's up? So I was gonna film a Halloween thing. I kind of shot a Halloween thing. I kind of even edited almost most of the Halloween thing for reasons I put in Discord because I don't want to put it on here. That'd be really rude. I can't do that. I'm a little boned, buddy. I really wanted to show you Halloween, but you'll see it in Discord why I couldn't. And I think you'll agree. It was the right thing to do. Not to be, oh, so noble, whatever, but you know, whatever. But instead, I'm gonna make something stupid, and this could be like a little hangout video. It was gonna be while building a model, but I started recording that, built a good chunk of an arm, and then realized you can just hear the dogs the entire time, so that kind of ruined that vibe. Plus, it was a little hard to build it, and I think y'all are gonna find it boring. So I'm just gonna hang out. We're just gonna talk. Put it on while you play a video game. It'll be like we're hanging out, like old school. And this is because I'm doing this as quickly as I can. I'll be real honest. But I'm just gonna say about the games that I want remade, Crash Bandicoot style, because I got a lot of them, and I think they're all great ideas. I think, well, some of them are good ideas. One of them is a good idea. None of them are. I'm kind of stupid, but I think that I want to talk about it anyways. So. So, the first game I want to remake, which is dumb, but I think this will be a good one to remake. Crash, like the Crash remakes, where they kind of like, they're glorified, like just a prettier version, but they also have a lot of like extra embellishments on them. It's gonna be Siphon Filter. I think that game was pretty cool on the PlayStation. I think it was pretty fun. But I think it kind of sucks now. Like it just got dated so badly. Tank controls with wonky aiming. That's just like a no-win. There's this thing, like where the bullet is going through the title, which is stupid because like that's not how bullets work. Which I know it's a dumb thing to be upset about, but like it's just not how bullets work. But like the tank controls were weird. The aiming was never great, but it was amazing in '99. Like I remember being blown away. I was like, wow, this is the future of gaming. Transparency on that, that was from playing a demo at Walmart. I was just like, maybe I had the wrong choice was the 64. I know, it's whatever. But I think just that little polish to the game, because it was a pretty expansive game for the time. Like the levels were really large. The map felt really cool and interesting. It felt more like I was actually a special agent hunting down terrorists, more so than like other shooting games at the time. I also really feel like the idea behind it is a little played out nowadays, just because every game in the world is about some type of combatant special agent fighting some type of combatant type terrorist. But you know, it's fine. The remake will fix some of those issues. Maybe make the plot sound a little bit deeper than it is. It'll give it better aiming controls, especially if you look at like the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think this is like it's doable. I know the gunplay was a lot different, but like I think it's there. And I think the first Siphon Filter has an ability to kind of like get remade and be something better than what it was. Second game, number 2. This one, hear me out. I am an idiot. I understand that I'm an idiot. But I think this is a great one of Mega Man but all of them. Just remake all the Mega Man games. Specifically, I'm saying that right. I wasn't even saying it wrong. God. Anyways,
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
9 and 10 though, the most. Because I was thinking, you replay the Mega Man games, and then it's like, oh man, these are all so good, and I think you already know I love Mega Man. I've talked about Mega Man a lot. But I think there is something missing in 9 and 10 where it felt like everything did go back. It felt like such a genuine expression of like classic Mega Man. Just everything about it, the way it looked, the sound, even coming down to some of the flaws of the NES. It was great, and they were really fun, and I would have to say I think Mega Man 9 is like one of my favorite Mega Man games. It's a lot of fun. But, you know, visually it's not that striking, and then especially now that everything is like a retro remake, I don't think it has as much oomph, or sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, I didn't like Mega Man 7 or 8 as much, but there was something really cool about seeing Mega Man in all of his glory. He's a little cutie. I like Mega Man. I love Mega Man a lot. So I think if you remade them, but then kept a lot of that core stuff, but made them in the style of Mega Man 11. Mega Man 11 already had a problem of kind of looking a little bit generic-y. It looks great, and I loved it. It was my favorite game from last year. But I think you could remake 9 in that style, and it would look really cool, and then you would take what you had, like all the mechanics from that game, apply it to that Mega Man style and that look and everything. And I don't think it would be too hard. I don't think it'd be like a cakewalk. I would still, like, I'm not typical gamer thing. Oh, you know, games are easy to make. Work for free because you're enjoying it. Anyways, but I really think that it would benefit from it. It would just have that extra, like, oh, wow, this is what I was thinking of. This is like a next evolution in the Mega Mans. But while you're at it, remake all of them kind of in that vein. Especially because 10 wasn't very good at all. Hot take, I didn't like 10. It felt like a less good version of 9. But then on top of that, because it wasn't as good, it felt like the retro thing was kind of a gimmick, and which kind of ruined it a little bit for me. But I think you just take all the gimmicks of the other ones, put them in this like pseudo hypo beautiful Mega Man 11 vibe, and I think it'll work great. Yeah, so that's number 3.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
The other one I think they should remake, Grand Prix 2 3D Hot Rally. A lot of numbers, a lot of name. It was a Famicom game that was like a rally racing game, but with Mario, and Mario's like super adorable in it. I'll be real, this is less of just remaking like the Crash Bandicoot style and just basically making a new one. But you could start from like ground one, like this is the first, and you call it Mario Kart GP. That's an arcade game. We can't call it that. No, we will. Fuck that. Mario Kart GP. It's basically like a rally racing game back in the day, where you had to like worry about your fuel efficiency, and you're like going across the country, but you're as Mario. And I think that like that concept could be a little more fun than just Mario Kart itself. Like I wouldn't say like get rid of Mario Kart, but like this would be like a sister series where you would kind of go through like a rally car cannonball run style race across areas. You know, it could be the US, but they would probably make it Mushroom Kingdom. You would like rally across Mushroom Kingdom, and you have to worry about like fuel usage, which would be for like your specials. And it would just be this really long race. But with that like Mario Kart, Mario Sport charm on it, where it's like, it bumps down the like just grueling aspects of the sports and makes them like real streamlined, real fun. You'd have power-ups, and like I think like you would pick up question blocks. You have like a risk reward thing where there'd be like question blocks you can pick up, or you can pick up a fuel block, and it would have like, you know, it would be like you're picking up mushrooms or something to like refuel your tank, and you could run out of fuel, and you'd have to like get help to get back on the track. Just normal simplifying of normal cross rally events. Because the fun, like in a real rally, and cross rally especially, you know, you're driving to an event, racing. Not so much the cannonball style of it. Where in this case, since it's a little fantasy adventure, you can have the cannonball aspect of it, you know? Like, I think the reasons why it would have trouble is I do think it would have to be more of a single player thing, or a multiplayer thing where you're racing each other's times. But I think it'd be a cool single-player racing game where you go across the world of Mushroom Kingdom in a rally aspect. And you can bring back the little cars, icons from the original Famicom game as like little Easter eggs and kind of like just fun things on a map. I just find there would be a lot to it that I think would make people would enjoy. The little outfits are cute. The little cars are kind of cute. It's just a fun rally. And like with the power-ups, you would have an ability to like have more long-lasting things. So like ways to like, this makes your person behind you lose some fuel. Oh no! Or one would be like cause a traffic jam. So like you'd have to like go around it. Especially with like Nintendo like looking at more open world stuff. I think this would be a fun idea because like Breath of the Wild was really cool and everyone liked it because it was so expansive. But this would have like that, but for Mario Kart. And I'm willing to accept that this is more of a me thing, and I'm probably, I'm not gonna say I'm the only person, because like if every freak out there has a freak who enjoys it, but I definitely think it's more niche, so this probably never would happen. But I would really like it. I think if more people get a chance, it's something more people would like. I think people would get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Yeah. But look at these little car icons, they're so cute. Alright, this is gonna be another one. Oh, also, I think I just noticed this is in the frame. That's Leonardo's sword. So I'll move that now, but that's what that was. Sorry. Anyways, the next one I would want, Dragon Quest 3 or like Final Fantasy 6 remade the way they've been remaking some of the other games. Not so much like the Final Fantasy 7 remake where it's like this really elaborate action game, but something like where like they did Final Fantasy 3 where it's just like they've updated it. It looks a little nicer. It's got some cute character designs. They're just not sprites anymore. And it takes away some of the trappings of like JRPGs of the time. This one's real simple. I think that'd be cool. I think they deserve it. Just because I think they're great games that a lot of people aren't going to play because they're a little that. I know a lot of people enjoy that old style, but I do think that there's a large amount of people who won't play them because they don't like sprites. And I think that Final Fantasy 6 and Dragon Quest 3 are both good enough stories that anybody can enjoy them. And especially Final Fantasy 6 isn't very hard. So I think just giving that graphical overhaul to it would make it just a fun game that everyone would love. And it'd be like, oh, I love these characters and everything. That's easy. That's simple. This one's over. Okay.